Hey guys, happy Monday. Welcome to Jason Unleashed. So glad to be with you guys today. Hope you had an awesome weekend. Again, I forget what day it is, but I do know it's Monday. So yes, welcome back. Today I have a wonderful person on my show, a super dear friend of mine. She is Carmit of the legendary group, the Pussycat Dolls. She is joining me live in just a few. I'm still wearing my retainer. Hold on. I know. Hey, real, relatable, right? Okay, all right, there we are. Now I can talk. Anyways, yes, guys, if you have comments, leave them below. Wave, she's gonna be out in just a few. Hope you guys had a great weekend. I know it's raining here in Los Angeles today. It seems like it's just been raining nonstop here in LA, and it's gonna rain all week. But I guess, hey, it's part of Mother Nature's healing. The air quality in LA has gotten so much better because no one's driving. I mean, you can look out and see a clear sky, and hopefully in time we could see stars in the sky, but I guess that's probably wishing for too much, right? Yeah, the Invisalign struggle is real, someone said. It's actually, I wore Invisalign. Hey, I wore Invisalign, and now that's just a retainer to keep the teeth from moving, of course. But yeah, Invisalign, actually, I don't know if it worked or not. I mean, you guys tell me, what do you think? I mean, they could be straighter. Nonetheless, Alexandra Enriquez, hi. Again, Carmit of the legendary group, the Pussycat Dolls, is going to be chiming in just a few minutes. She's great. She's been in the group since before they were even a pop group, taking us all the way back to the early 2000s. Hey, Alan. And she's a really good friend of mine. She's a fantastic dancer. She's an amazing host. She's a mother. She's a businesswoman. She's a vocalist. And now the girls are back. They have their song React that premiered last fall. And they also just released an acoustic version of the song React on Vero. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to see how she's doing with social distancing, how she's hanging in there with the whole quarantine situation and COVID-19. And what the future holds for her and the group, and just catch up. A lot of you guys have slid into the DMs with questions that you wanted me to ask her. We're gonna get to those too, so stand by. She should be coming in. Hey, everyone listening and watching from the UK, Gareth, how you doing? My dog is barking, a brand new puppy. What are you barking at? She's waiting for Carmit too, so we're just waiting for Carmit to join. Trey. Will you please save this life? I'm on my way to doctor's appointment. I want to watch it later. You know what? What I'm going to do is I'm going to download the videos onto my YouTube channel. So you can go over to my YouTube channel. I'll leave the link in that also on my bio. And you guys can watch these all back. This week on Jason Unleashed, great guests. We have Danny Francesi stopping by. We have Jerry O'Connell. We also, I'm working on some special surprise guests. So you guys just stay tuned. Stay tuned to my Instagram. Lots of cool things going on here, but just waiting for Carmit. I have to lean in because it's hard to see from far away if she's requesting. And if she doesn't request now, I'll log out and log back in and have her request again. Hey, Grubby Kid, how's it going? You guys can wave. So anyways, let me know. You guys have heard the most amazing album from the Pussycat Dolls, 2005's PCD, had hit after hit after hit. Buttons, Don't Ya, Wait a Minute. Yeah, good stuff. Hey, Alex, Ebony Thunder. Alex, how you doing? Good to see you, man. I miss you. Let's see. Boom. Just waiting for her to chime in. It's always this awkward moment before they come through. Yes, tunes. Yeah, right? That first album was great. Buttons, Beep with will.i.am. You guys remember Beep? I remember I used to have a white Chrysler Sebring that played CDs. I mean, back in the day, it's like 2006. And that was on heavy rotation. I always wondered Alex, hey buddy. I always wondered what she was saying when you think about boop, like what was she saying? Like what was was it naughty? Was it dirty? Like what were the lyrics? Why couldn't we get the unedited version? Hey, Mr. Carter. Thank you, Yoshi. Let's see. Let me see if I can. Hey, Desi. Let me see if I can go find Carmit. Let's see here. Guys, sorry, I'm scrolling through sometimes there's so many comments come in that I miss when people request to join the video. And there's really no way to make this more of a seamless transition because it's like on an app, it's on Instagram. So we have to wait for them to request and then go from there. So stay with me, you guys. Hang out for just a second. Hang out. Hey, Tony. Scrolling through. Let's see. Oh, she's at the bottom. Okay, I think she's here. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, Carmit, request me. Request. Oh, let me see if I can request you. Hold on. Go live with the real Carmit. All right, guys. Stand by. Carmit is joining us in just a few. Again, super excited. And there she is, everyone. Carmit.
Yeah!
We did it. Technology.
I know. This is actually only my second time doing it, and I'm a little rough, but I was like, how do I request?
All good, guys. Everyone, say hello to Carmit of the Pussycat Dolls. Carmit Bakar. Hi. Good to see you. You look amazing as always.
Thank you, too. This is our new, right?
Right, this is our new normal. But I mean, we've known each other for forever, so this is just adding to our new normal, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Carmit, how are you staying safe? How are you social distancing? Like, how are you handling, again, another new normal with this pandemic? What's the latest?
Yeah, I mean, I think the comforting thing is that we're all in this together, right? We're all in the same situation. And there's some people that actually have it worse that are literally, like, I talked to a friend of mine in Italy who has not left his apartment for like a month. Like, wow. Not literally walked out his door, which is crazy. I mean, I do get a little stir crazy, you know, here and there. I have good days and bad days. You know, we try to keep ourselves sane by going out in the, you know, just walking around in the neighborhood, taking my dog for a walk and, you know, doing activities so you get some fresh air. But it's difficult. It's challenging. And, you know, I think the most important thing that we've done is, I mean, we don't really have TV, cable like that. We have, you know, other subscriptions, but we don't watch the news the whole time because there are people that are just becoming overwhelmed with fear, which is, you know, natural for that to happen, but we've got to take care of ourselves first, and that way we can be prepared for what's to come. And as long as we stay healthy, because fear can lower your immune too, you know.
Right. It's so awesome that you say that, because I know in my Instagram post lately I tell people.
I do it.
No, I have seasonal allergies. Don't cough shame me.
I'm kidding.
But I tell people to protect their mental health, because especially with smartphones and how we're so connected, every single news blast is 200 and some thousand people are going to die from coronavirus. Overseas, prime ministers are now in critical condition. And it's a lot. It's a lot to deal with.
It is. The information is overwhelming. And I mean, there's definitely a lot going on the bigger spectrum too. But I just think the most important thing is to take care of ourselves first and foremost. And honestly, there's always a blessing and a silver lining if you find that and look for it that way. And I've so enjoyed being with my family and just like kind of the rat race of time. I mean, I always feel pressure for that in life in general, you know, especially. And then in the past, you know, 6 months with the dolls, we just like stepped right back onto the bullet train that's going
full speed ahead.
Yeah. Full speed ahead. So literally we had just left to start rehearsing for tour in London. And that whole process, like I was going to be away for 3 months from my family. And all of a sudden I was back in less than a week. And my whole, you know, life trajectory changed. And, you know, it's nice to slow down. It's nice to have the time to be with them and cook food. And you know what I mean? Like I live in the kitchen basically, but.
I mean, what are you going to do? Well, we're going to talk about what's going on with, we're going to catch up with what's going on with the Pussycat Dolls and the return, but let's take it old school. Let's go way back, because as I've been saying for the longest time, you are one of the OG Pussycat Dolls before the girls were a group. Tell us about that, because the fans, everyone's loving you. You have so many fans around the world. They want to know the legacy, the history, the lineage of the PCD. So let's go back to the early 2000s. How did you become involved in the group?
I mean, the group has evolved immensely. I feel like the recording group, the Pussycat Dolls, is like the next chapter. You know, people always say, oh, like it happened overnight. It didn't. Like 2005 when we dropped Don't Ya, the group had already been around for 8 years prior to, sort of on the underground circuit here in LA. And that was sort of the, you know, the nostalgic building of the brand, 8 years, really. And there was a lot of girls that were a part of that contributed to that. Many who probably a lot of the fans of the new group don't really know, But and you know, nothing happens overnight. I think there's a lot that goes into it, pieces of the puzzle. It's a collaboration of many energies and people that put their time and energy. We had a lot of celebrity guests that came in, and specifically, obviously, Gwen Stefani was one of the main ones that kind of turned the corner for the group when I met her working on the bathwater video, and we kind of really connected in that way. And I'd always mentioned the dolls, and I met Jimmy Iovine, and he's like, you know, what do you do? And I'm like, I'm a Pussycat Doll. He's like, what the fuck is that? But you know, so when she did the show, I invited her like many times. But finally, when she did the I invited her to come see the show at the Viper Room. When she saw it, she was like, "Oh my god, I'm so jealous! I want to do it." But when she did the show, is really when the whole thing kind of took a different direction. So really grateful for her and putting us on the map. We went out on tour with her for a while, which was awesome, with No Doubt actually. And those are some incredible memories. But yeah, you know, it's been a long road. And in the new millennium, we were sort of the new age burlesque, if you will. And they called us burlesque, but we weren't burlesque, so to speak. We were inspired by burlesque. I think when you think of burlesque, you think of striptease and pasties and all this stuff. We were professionally trained dancers, and we had layers of costume, and we were in the Viper Room. And Robin always tells this story. Robin Anson, the creator of the dolls, she tells the story because we literally had no backstage, so we had to layer all of our costumes so that we could just like strip off one at a time. So the striptease idea is why we say burlesque inspired. And then of course there's Bob Fosse choreography and, you know, Sweet Charity, like all the things that we kind of pulled pieces from that made it ours. But it was an incredible collaboration over the years that really brought it to what it is. And now I'm just so grateful to be a part of that nostalgic history to now. You know, it's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. I think what a lot of people don't know about you is that you are this accomplished dance superstar. I remember, and guys, everyone watching, I'm gonna tell you a story with me. I took a class with Carmit in October of 2002. It's got a class named Roger Lee. And I mean, Carmit, you were part of a handful of dancers that were in every video that were, I mean, you toured with Ricky Martin. You were there. You were there at Super Bowl 38 for Janet and Nipplegate. You were, I mean, so you have been a part of dance history for a long time. And then, you know, the Pussycat Dolls was just, as you said, another layer of that. So fast forward, 2005, Don't Show, which you guys came out swinging because PCD, that album, not only sold, it's triple platinum in the United States, multi-platinum across the world, and hit after hit after hit. That whirlwind, when that album dropped in September 2005, what was life like?
Wow, it was a dream. It was kind of surreal. I mean, I'd always, you know, it's funny, you know, Tanika Ray, a good friend of mine who we danced in a lot of videos back in the day in the 90s, like together before she broke out in her world, you know, and we were like having margaritas and tacos and whatever at Ernie's, you know, Ernie's on Lancashire.
Yeah.
Right. This was like years ago.
It's still there.
Yeah, exactly. It's still there. But we were having margaritas and just talking about everything. She's like, you always said you wanted to be in a girl group. I was like, I did? I was like, she's like, yeah, you manifested it. I was like, okay, I guess I did. But I mean, the bottom line is when we were in the dolls, we would lip sync really cute, like stylized songs. And I would be like, Rob, I'm like, we should really sing these. Like, why wouldn't we really sing this? But at the time, not everybody was a singer in the group, so it wasn't really happening. But it was sort of the natural progression of where we were going. So I'm grateful to be, you know what I mean, in this now. And I really lost my train of thought, really.
Okay. But no, I mean, you mentioned natural progression and a manifestation, because I do think that you guys were the perfect storm to have a girl group. You had the look, you had the sensuality. You guys were on par for the girl groups of that time, Destiny's Child, even SWV. I mean, there was just, it was a good formula. And speaking of formula, you had a little bit of everything for everyone. You had the redhead, Carmit, and I mean, you've always been this fiery redhead, and that's been your signature. Nicole, Ashley, Jessica, Kimberly, Melody. It was just this diversity at its best. Yeah. All we needed was an Asian Pussycat doll. We would have had, goals,
Yeah.
right?
Well,
Right?
Nicole, yeah. Well, Nicole has Asian and I have Asian, but you know, we are, yeah.
Well, yeah, she's Pacific Islander, right? So, but okay,
Yeah.
so we had this huge album, PCD, Buttons, Don't Ya, Beep, Stick With You, Grammy nominated songs, right? Then there were some changes. You pivoted to other things. You became a mom. People don't really know also that you're a fantastic host. Along the way,
Yes.
where did Carmit go?
Well, God, so much. I always say this, but it's like when I think about that time, like, okay, we dropped Don'tcha and the explosion happened. We were just like, it was an out of body experience. I mean, you're just like going nonstop. We were on tour for like 2.5 years, promoting and touring the first album, PCD, which doesn't usually happen for an artist. I mean, that was such a blessing. We had 5 #1 singles. We had a lot of success from that first album. And I'm really proud of that. I mean, we worked our asses off, like for real. And, then there was sort of a turn of events where also the economy dropped. There was, and the record industry just like was letting go of projects. But I had also gotten a development deal for a show that I co-created and produced called The Zodiac Show. And so at the time, I was sort of given an ultimatum, really, by Jimmy Iovine that I couldn't do both. He was like, so are you going to sit at the big boy table right now with me in this new project, or are you going to go do that? And I'm like, don't make me choose. That's not fair. I didn't want to leave the dolls. That was the last thing I wanted to do. But at the time, then they ended up taking a break anyways. I'm sorry. They were on a break. We were on a break already. That's what it was, which is why I presented this project to him. And then I want to say it was maybe 8 months later when they decided to kind of reform and do the second album. So during that time, a lot happened, and it was not long after that I got pregnant. And that took precedence over everything, really. Being a mom has been one of the best gifts and blessings that I could have ever imagined and hoped for. And I think it was healthy for me too to kind of step out of the industry in the world, because there's a lot that goes on. There's a lot of information. There's a lot of things that sort of test your faith, maybe, if you will, that
100%.
make you sort of
revisit things and reassess.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I was a much more confident and passionate person about my art and my gift before stepping into the world. And then afterwards, there were things that I was like, I felt not so confident and sure about. And it took some time for me to kind of repair that. I think every self-care is really, really important, obviously, for everybody. And now I'm so glad that it's a conversation that people are talking about. Right. But ultimately, I had to work on myself. I had to do a lot of work to just kind of rebuild and remember who I was, and come back to my true purpose and passion. And so there was a lot, and then getting pregnant really put that into like direct focus, and having the child really reminded me of why I'm here, what I'm supposed to do, and what I'm supposed to kind of pass over to my next gift in the world and what I can offer. Yeah.
Well, here we are. So you've evolved, because when I had the chance to talk to you and Jessica back in December at ET, you both mentioned the evolution that all the girls of the dolls have evolved, and here we are now, PCD 2020. You guys came back swinging on X Factor, Celebrity X Factor, React, huge song. Everyone still got it. It's like you guys didn't skip a beat. Let's talk about the sisterhood with the girls, because I think that's one of the things that a lot of the fans across the world really lean into, is how you guys are so different, but yet there's this energy, this camaraderie between all of you guys. The group now, what's the dynamic? What's the energy? How is everyone feeling?
Well, I think we're better than ever right now. I think that you know, in general, it's like any group situation when you're kind of put in a situation. It's like a relationship, right? It's like we call it a sisterhood because we've been through so much together, and people want to play up like that there's cattiness and that there's like fighting, but any relationship has moments where it's like amazing, and maybe you're not agreeing on things. Like, it's natural. That's like,
Right.
that's normal. So we've had our moments, and we definitely have overcome so much. Each of us individually have overcome so many things in our life to be here. We've had major challenges in our life. Each and every single one of us have a story to tell. And it's really powerful. So now with this evolution and life experience and all this wisdom, like, we've come back into the situation with that much more to offer and share with our fans. And also, a lot of our fans have grown with us, so they're in similar places in their life, and then now there's a whole new generation of fans. But you know, that makes it more powerful. And it's not
Right.
to say that everything is perfect in life. Is life perfect? No, it's a mess, right? And you're going to go through things, but can you be resilient enough to keep moving forward and do it together? And that's what a relationship is, to stay together and make it work. And
Right.
that's what we're doing, and we're having fun. It has been pretty intense, but the cool thing is that we've done it before, so we know what it is. We know what it entails. There have been, like, the last trip we did promo to Australia was insane. Like, we were working almost 72 hours straight. Like, at one point we were all delirious. And at one point, I fully had a breakdown, like crying because I couldn't get Kayala, my daughter, on FaceTime because we were on opposite time zones, and I lost it. And the girls were all like consoling me and giving me tissues, and it was just like, you know, it's an understanding. It's a relationship. So we're really good.
Yeah.
And you know, day by day, we're dealing with things day by day, just like this. This was a serious, devastating halt. This was all of a sudden, we were like full-fledged. We were getting ready for the tour. Actually, yesterday was supposed to be our first show.
Right. At O2 Arena, yes?
It's pretty, I felt so weird yesterday night. I was like I felt kind of out of body, and I was like, wow, what am I feeling? I was like, oh yeah, tonight is supposed to be our first show back, you know? It's kind of sad.
But you know, you mentioned, first of all, you're so right about the relationships, about how there's ebbs and flows, and that, you know, every relationship has days where things aren't as perfect. Nothing's perfect, and I think that's why people really love. I mean, there's so many comments from people from Brazil right now that are watching they're just so happy that you guys are back, and especially that you're back. You had said that there's a silver lining, and one of the things I think is a really cool silver lining that just dropped was an acoustic version of React from Vero, which was amazing. Amazing. Tell us about that, because that was a gift for the fans. Everyone's talking about it.
Yeah, that was an incredible experience. I mean, the fact is that was our very first acoustic, and it felt amazing to sing together with the girls, and we did harmonies, and it was live, and it was a moment, like, energetically, that really brought us closer. And I hope to do more of those, honestly. I know the fans have been asking for like a Stick With You version, so, and then they've been asking for us to like put that acoustic version of React on Spotify. So we're gonna figure out how we can do all that. I mean, obviously we're all separated right now, we're not together, but we're you know, one thing at a time. We're trying to make everybody feel like they can be a part of this, and we want to move forward in that way too. I mean, that I remember that night going home after we shot that, and just like, I was smiling from ear to ear because it felt so incredibly powerful to like really connect with my girls that way. It was sort of a haunting version, you know, by the piano. It was very simple and powerful. So yeah, hopefully we do more of those.
It was very organic. I watched it at least 5 times, and a lot of the people watching were like, "Sing React a cappella, sing out React a cappella." But you know, it leans on the evolution of you guys as a group, and you can definitely see the growth from this new unfinished business energy of the dolls. Okay, so with that,
Yes, let's talk about you. Let's talk about you being a dancer as well, and killing it.
I mean, yeah, you know, I cut a rug here and there. You gotta check out my TikToks though. But this is a
TikTok too.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great way to stay in shape. It's a great way to burn calories. I just wish they had a better song selection because some of the songs are kind of like, really, you don't have Janet All For You on TikTok? Like, whose ass do I need to kick?
Really? I didn't know that.
No, it's rude.
It's very geared towards a very young generation. And, you know, the snippets are so short, but I mean, I'm just learning too. And Kayala wants to do them with me. It's so funny. But there was my friend who's a professional dancer just posted, Josh Kalaki. He's like huge on Instagram. Yeah. And he just posted one that's hilarious. And he's like kind of crying. He's like, you know, being a professionally trained dancer and you got to do TikTok moves. He's like he keeps doing all this like stupid, like, you know, all the like TikTok
like,
moves.
Damn it.
Like, yeah, he just does like a bunch of like TikTok moves. Yeah, yeah, right. Totally. It's so funny.
Carmit,
yeah.
I mean, the sound of the dolls, the video was amazing. The flash dance moment was on point. I'm not a fan of getting wet in public, so I kudos to you guys for doing that. Hate getting wet in public. But the sound of the dolls, new album, more music, another single, where are we at?
All of that remains to be seen right now because the whole trajectory of what we were doing has changed. We were focusing on tour. And now it would be great to do that. But again, we're practicing social distancing. So even getting into a studio, we're not on the same continents. We're all across the way. I hope so. I really hope so. I think it felt really good to sing with all my girls and everybody having their own parts. Like, you know, so hopefully we could do some more of those. And I think we have something special planned for next week. So everybody needs to tune into the Pussycat Dolls Instagram and find out. We're gonna do a little something, you know, from maybe like, you know, across the way, but we're gonna figure it out.
They're doing. I mean, look, they had a whole country music awards show the other night with people from right where we're at.
It's amazing.
You know, so the PCDs can definitely do that. Okay, so we have something special coming up.
Yeah.
The group's at a standstill because the world's at a standstill, but don't give up hope because the Pussycat Dolls aren't going anywhere, right?
No, listen, our UK dates, which were supposed to start last night, have been rescheduled to October. So they are happening as of now. And I think that was a smart, even though at the time I was like, 6 months! Like now it seems right. It seems realistic, you know? So hopefully we get out of this sooner than later, but it's not for sure what's going to happen. And the most important thing is to stay safe, take care of yourself. And, you know, there's a lot going on. So just, you know, keep your mind right.
Yeah.
So yeah,
someone from Brazil just said these October dates are keeping me sane now. Thank you so much, Carmit. Before we go, Carmit, I have to ask. You have mentioned that you
please make a collaboration with Gaga. I'm like, yes.
That would be
yeah, amazing.
Can I be an extra in the video? Just an extra.
Are you kidding me? I need you in your trunks.
My drag race trunks?
Your drag race trunks. Yes, rolling it out. Yes.
You mentioned that you've been on this journey for over a decade now, and here we are today. I'm talking to you. Lots of fans are watching. Carmit, tell the fans who you are now. Who is Carmit Bakar now? Who do you want the fans to see you as now?
Wow, I have come so far. It's hard to like. Sometimes when I think back, like how much I've done, I'm like, wow, I need to be proud. I just saw that Alicia Keys thing. Did you see what she? Oh my God, it was so powerful. And I'm like, yes, girl, you can remember that. You know, it's not humility. It's like be owning that, you know, and that's one of the things I think comes with age too, you know, when you've like done all this stuff and then you look back and you go, I should be proud. There's nothing that I should feel like I need to downplay or be like, I'm a humble person in general, but I need to be like, wow, yes, I've accomplished so much. And obviously my daughter is my biggest accomplishment, but in general, it's like, I feel like my mark of who I am, I've created, I remembered recently that I created who I am probably 15 years ago. I said that I made a declaration that I am love, passion, and inspiration. And sometimes along the ways, we might forget those things that we declare, that we say who we are, but I don't want to forget that anymore. And I'm reminding myself every day, and I'm doing my meditations, and I'm doing my affirmations, and I'm, we practice the gratitude game, with my family. The other day we were at breakfast, and I was like, we were going around. I said, Kelsey, what are you grateful for today? She goes, I'm grateful for a house and food, and that I exist and I'm seen. And I was like, okay, girl.
You did a good job. You've done a good job.
Thank you, baby. You know what? It's a blessing. And these are the little reminders, that in this time when we're all going through, things that are kind of maybe giving us anxiety or making our minds race, that we can focus on and remind ourselves that that's where the grounding and the stability is in the love that we can create in our lives, so that when we get out of this, we're gonna be hugging everybody, girl.
Look, I know people are gonna have permanent consent to grab a hug. Before it was you have to give consent. Now it's consent for everyone. Everyone gets a free hug. Right. You get a hug. You get a hug. But you are so right. As I cough again, it's not COVID. It's not COVID. No, but Carmit, you are loved the world over, and I'm so glad that me and you are friends. I'm so glad I've been a fan of yours for close to, I would say, over 22 years now. That's a weird number, but I'm trying not to date myself. But you were part of my dance inspiration, my dance inspo, because I've seen you on so many videos. I've seen you, from Ricky Martin's first tour to all your performances, to just you have been that dance queen for thousands and thousands and thousands of dancers, and now you are that bomb-ass bombshell redhead for millions across the world.
Oh, I love you. Thank you, baby. That's what I hope to do, is inspire other people to kind of come out of their shell and be self-expressed and be their best, that they can be. And that's what excites me, as an artist. That's what we thrive on. That's what we live for, is that connection. So thank you for that. I appreciate it.
Of course.
I love you.
Love you too. Well, Carmit, where can they find you on all social media platforms?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, of course, The Real Carmit on Instagram and Twitter. And then I'm now on TikTok. How you doing? And it's at Carmit and Kayala. Carmit and Kayala. So I do some fun ones by myself and then some with her, because she's like all about it. But I cannot allow her to have her own account. I'm like, do not be scrolling on my phone without me, because some stuff comes up. You're like, hello.
You're like, skirt. Pump the brakes.
Pump it.
All right. Well, again, Carmit, it's a pleasure having you on Jason Unleashed today. Good luck. Cannot wait to see all you have in store with the dolls and for yourself. Stay safe. And practice social distancing, and talk to you soon. Thanks for stopping by.
I love you. Thank you so much for doing this and keeping it going and keeping all this, good stuff that you're doing up. And I love you. So happy for you too. So
thank you. See you soon. Bye.
Okay, babe. Bye.